Hey everyone, and welcome back to WooWoo Wednesday, where I share my intuitive insight and weekly wisdom with you through Oracle and Tarot. Today, I'm so excited to join you because just in a few days, we have a full moon in Capricorn. We also have Mercury retrograde. So this weekly energy forecast, I am seeing some clarity coming through with also some hard truths and some ambitious action taking. I don't know what accent I just had, but clearly Spirit is already wanting to channel. So I am so excited. Oh my God, I just literally got a text that says, here is the gallery for our sneak peek for summer solstice. Oh my gosh, y'all, I barely pulled myself out of the bed. I was taking a nap. Chris was like, it's WooWoo Wednesday. I'm like, I'm sleepy. He's like, I've already set the camera up. Go outside. So y'all can all thank Chris Carmichael for setting up this amazing get up so that I could join you and pull some cards. You know, with this full moon in Capricorn just right around the corner, I am seeing a pause in the halfway point for the year. This is a perspective shift where we have to take a step back and go, how far have I come? What have I learned? What has been the trajectory that I've been on? And do I need to adjust my course so that I can continue in the direction that is elevated and aligned with where I want to go and how I want to feel. So let me jump in, say hello to everyone. Hi, Danielle. I finally get to see you live. Oh my gosh, so exciting. Hello, Steph. Hi, Emily. So good to see everyone. Okay, let me pull up the chat over here too. Okay, so first of all, before we dive in for our full moon and Capricorn energy forecast, I just want to say thank you. Thank you if you were in the room at summer solstice, if you told a friend about solstice, if you followed along and watched the behind the scenes of solstice. Thank you for being a very, very, very special part of that. That was absolutely so much fun. This year was our 6th annual. In fact, my friend posted from 2017 when it started. So almost 10 years ago, there was a COVID period where we took a break. But it's interesting to see how it started with literally 11 women in a field, and we all got eaten up by chiggers. And fast forward to this year, we hosted our 6th event for summer solstice. And it was just one of the most loving, heart open experiences. I had so many women from out of state this year. They came up to me specifically and said the same thing back to back. It was like 3 people hit me within 5 minutes of each other. They all said the same thing. They said, Britt, this is the most non-judgmental room I have ever been in. I feel like this is the first time, actually, Steph, you said in 10 years, I've been able to feel like myself or be my authentic, like have my authenticity shine and not feel like I need to dull my sparkle. So I just want to say thank you for this sisterhood, for contributing to the magic. We literally, I kept praying for the highest aligned people to be in the room. And it was interesting how Spirit had a tornado, a national flood warning, and fires on the highway. So there were actually over 10% of people that weren't able to join us that actually had tickets this year. So it was kind of interesting to see the dynamics in the room change based on like my intention of like bringing the highest aligned people. Now, I'm not saying if you were one of those people with a ticket and you weren't there, like I'm not saying like you're not meant to be there, but like you weren't there. So it just, that's how it is. So it was interesting how Spirit truly aligned the right people at the right time in the right space in this room. And I am just so grateful. So if you haven't already gotten your 2027 ticket, Brittany's headed to the lake house. She always takes a month long birthday sabbatical trip after solstice. So she has not turned off the early bird pricing yet. And I have been napping, so I have not gone in there. So if you haven't gotten your ticket, I'm pretty sure you can still save $111. Now, I'm going to pull some cards for this week and moving into this full moon in Capricorn. But before I do, I also have to share something crazy that I did. I did something really crazy. A friend of mine went and stayed at this very beautiful lake house that's about an hour and a half from outside of Dallas in Lake Granbury. And it's all pink. It's neon signs. It's got a pool. It's got a hot tub. It's got a sauna. It's right on the lake. There's kayaks. So I booked it. And we're doing a goddess getaway, a 3-day weekend retreat happening Labor Day weekend this year. I did not want to wait until April of next year, although that 7-day luxury goddess retreat is still on the books, don't you worry. But I wanted to add on something extra this year. So I did it. I pulled the trigger. We've booked out Labor Day weekend in Granbury, Texas, and we are doing a very small goddess getaway. Only 10 spots available. and it is a 3-day weekend retreat. It's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. In fact, Solstice Slumber Party kind of is the inspiration behind Goddess Getaway. We all decided at VIP Slumber Party at Solstice that one night after Solstice is not enough. So we decided next year we're going to make it 2, so you can count on that for 2027. But I thought, I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait until April for Goddess Retreat. I don't want to wait until June of 2027 for our next slumber party. So let's just do a weekend slumber party. So I literally am crazy. I just booked it. I'm late. I was late to WooWoo Wednesday because I'm like posting the photo and clicking purchase and crunching the numbers to see how many people can we fit in this house. So 10 people max for the next 72 hours. I'm literally doing all inclusive for $19.99. Insane. The price will go up to $22.22 after that, but I'm just throwing it out there. So many of you have asked, so many of you are local and want to go to these retreats, can't make it to Costa Rica or Florida or Colorado or all the crazy places that we end up going. So I am hosting my first local weekend retreat, which is crazy. The closest I've been to doing a retreat in this area is Broken Bow, Oklahoma. So it's interesting, after our 10th retreat, I've not even done one in my own home state. So my first Goddess Getaway retreat in Texas, y'all. It's happening. If you're interested, send me a message that says Getaway. I'll know what you're talking about. No sales page, no application, no hoops. It's look at the pictures, y'all. See the pictures, see how beautiful it is. And we're also going to be doing, of course, an amazing boudoir empowerment session. We did this last summer, the boudoir weekend, and it was so amazing that Kaylin Shea and I are teaming up with my friend Sarai Spear, and we're all bringing you this empowering weekend. So I just thought before I dive in, I should share the thing that I did. I literally woke up from a nap. Kaylin called me. She was like, "Hey girl, did you ever figure out dates you want to get together?" And I was like, "Well, what about this?" And it just started a 30-minute conversation of like, let's fucking go energy. So it is happening. I needed more time. I know, me too. Monica says, I need details. Oh my gosh, that would be so fun after your birthday weekend, Monica. Yes. Will Chef Kev be there? Okay. I don't think I'm going to bring Chef Kev to this one, but Sarai's husband is a chef and he's incredible. And so I'm thinking I'm going to bring Sarai's husband down for the weekend. And if he's not available, then obviously Chef Kevin. But y'all know we're going to have a private chef, period. Oh, hi, Samantha Parker. We're just gushing about the beautiful summer solstice, all the magic we made. And I just made a crazy announcement that we're doing a Goddess Getaway weekend. Labor Day, y'all. Mark your calendars. 3 days. Sarai, me, boudoir retreats. It's going to be amazing. Okay, I've got my cards. I'm ready. I've told you the fun announcement. I've gotten the message that the sneak peeks are here. I'm so excited. Can't wait to share those with you. And I will definitely be posting them as soon as I get off of here. Hi, Brett. We missed having y'all's jerky, honestly, at summer solstice. So sad. Just saw your post. I know, Sam. Like, welcome to being on Team Brittany Carmichael. I might just book a weekend retreat, like, without telling anyone. I love it. Okay, just checking in with everyone. That's the environment I need. I know, darling. I know, Steph. I know. She's like, but I signed up for Florida. I know. But it'll be here before you know it. Or hell, just come to both. Okay, let's focus, y'all. I'm going to pull one card from my Shine from the Inside Oracle. What is our self-love message for this full moon in Capricorn? Clarity is coming, y'all. Y'all think this Mercury retrograde is going to be an interesting one where I think the truth will be revealed, and it's going to cause a little bit of grief because you're going to be like, damn it, I've been resisting the truth and I know I need to surrender, accept and embrace it. But at the same time, that truth is going to be liberating and free and like offering a sense of freedom. So I can't wait to see what this retrograde season uncovers for you. I'm like, what is the word that wants to come up? And just know that this time is honestly a beautiful time to get clear on what are your goals. 6-month check-in. Where are we at? What are we working towards? And are we actually enjoying the action that we're taking and the results of the action that we're taking? Because if we're saying like, I really want to create change in my business, and the action that we're taking is still like building the old thing, not creating the new business or not shifting yourself into that new direction, you're continuing to repeat the same patterns. For example, my friend Sarah just got this beautiful new apartment right across the street from my salon in the building across from where I lived when I walked to the salon salon for like 10 years almost. And she's like, do you want to get a second bedroom with me? Do you want to be here? And I just keep telling her, as tempting as this is, and you get a hella discount for being the apartment manager here, and it's beautiful, and it's the 14-foot ceilings, and it's right across from the salon. But the truth is, I'm leaving the salon. I'm taking proactive steps to continue on with my coaching, my events, and my retreats, and not do so much hair. So as divinely perfect and juicy and tempting, that's what is happening right now. I'm seeing in all my coaching clients' lives is that the universe is tempting you with the old lifestyle. It's like, but it's a little bit better than what it was. It's not exactly where you want to go. And that was the universe tempting me with like, here's the old. It's so much, look how easy it could be. And I just had to say, like, as much as I love that and it is tempting and like everything I would have dreamed of 5 to 10 years ago, it's just not where I'm going now. And so as much as I love this and it feels aligned, I have to think about where I'm actually headed with my future and the direction I want to go. And for me, that direction is nature, not back to the city. So as tempting as it was, I love you, Sarah. I got to stay in the woods. All right. I'm here for it. I love it. Okay, y'all. So let's dive in. The first card for the week and our full moon in Capricorn is nourish your body with high vibing energy. So what I'm seeing with this is a reminder that when things are changing, it's important to keep your system clear. So if you've been feeling like health habits need to change, maybe your physical movement, you want to commit to a workout routine in the morning. Maybe it's like, I don't drink enough water and I need to like commit to taking my water everywhere. Maybe you want to cut out sodas, or maybe you want to, I don't know, like get an accountability partner or a nutritionist. Maybe you're like, I just need a meal prep. Y'all, the bugs are bugging in Texas right now. So we're going to spray them away. So what is it that you could do to nourish your body? Is it keeping your thoughts clean? Is it drinking green juice? I mean, I know I have all kinds of yummy juices left over from Good Vibes Juice Bar in Allen. So I have been nourishing myself with juice after juice, and part of my recovery process on how I hold so much space for all the women at Summer Solstice. Okay, your first tarot card for the week, the full moon and Cap, is showing us that the High Priestess is here, number 2 in the major arcana. This is saying it is about turning inward and trusting your intuition. You are so much wiser and like with it than you're giving yourself credit for. So many of the women that I coach play that game of like, but I don't know what it is. I'm like, but what if you did know it to be true? Like, what would it be? Or if it could be anything you want. And then when I rephrase the question, like, but if there were no obstacles, then what would you want? It's like, oh, well, I would want this, 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 this. And so I'm going to ask you that. If you could wave a magic wand and remove all the limitations, what is it that you want? What is your soul craving? Like, I really want community and I want to build a building where we could do yoga and have acai bowls and green juice and get tattooed and also like have a yoni steam massage. You know, like, what is it that you're wanting to create? Your intuition is guiding you to that next big dream, that next like. And this is exactly why I launched the Manifest Your Dreams Mastermind after any retreat I do, because you all have this intuitive nudge that says, I have a vision for something bigger. And I love to create those containers to help support that. So right now, what I'm seeing is you probably have an intuitive idea that you're maybe ignoring, that you're not fully listening to, or you don't know logically how to get from step 1 to 10. And so you've kind of like taken a step back and like, oh, I'm overwhelmed. I don't really know if that's like meant for me. So I'm curious to see what else comes up this week for the full moon in Capricorn. 2 of Pentacles is about finding flexibility and balance and making work fun. So when I talk about leaving behind the old, it's actually what I did in my keynote. And if you haven't noticed in your inbox, anyone who joined Summer Solstice, everyone got access to Shift for free. It's like what I was teaching in my keynote. That's what this card is. This is the Shift card. This is I'm leaving behind the old, but I have to remain adaptable and flexible so that I can still operate out of the old patterns, but while simultaneously moving into this new version of ourselves. So this is about having that peace like restored through the process of change. And it is all about making it fun. The phrase that comes through when I see this card is always make work fun. So how can we be more adaptable and flexible, knowing that the old is leaving and the new is arriving? So the last card for the week, interesting. So 2 of Pentacles, then 3 of Pentacles. So we're in this like progression, right? The 3 of Pentacles is about progress, growth. So being adaptable and flexible while you move into a season of growth and teamwork. That's what this card is all about. It's about finding people who have an aligned vision, who maybe are ahead of the game where you're at, and you leaning on their expertise and their knowledge. This is interesting because I'm teaming up with my friend Sarai and Kaylin Shea, who's an incredible boudoir photographer. And that teamwork is going to create the ultimate goddess getaway experience. If I did it myself, yes, it would be amazing and all the things. But then when you add on other people's expertise and you allow their magic to come in, you can create the vision so much bigger. And so what I'm seeing is if you're getting that intuitive nudge to create that next thing or to start that next project, and you're not exactly sure how to get there, this is saying ask for help. Start leaning on other people's knowledge in a way that is beneficial for all of you. Because as a teacher, I can tell you that when I teach my students, I learn naturally. And I love to be able to teach and educate because it brings a whole new perspective to the work that I do. And so it's not about like, well, they're so far ahead of me. Who's ever going to want to share like that? The mark of a good teacher says, I learned something, I pause, I turn back, and I teach those students that are with me on that step. And then we continue our journey together, and we all just take those steps forward and look back to help the next person on the journey. And so when I see this card of teamwork, it's saying, don't be afraid to ask someone who's gone there, who's done that, who's been there, done that, for support. Maybe you don't exactly know what the next step is, and you want to start a real estate investment or a portfolio, or you want to start an online business. I've been teaching a lot of women how to set up Kajabi. Once they all jumped in on that 50% off sale, and I've been teaching them how to build their business online. So whoever you're looking to team up with, this is showing me that you have an intuitive nudge to move into a different direction. You're changing and adapting to a whole new sense of creative expression in your work and probably in your physical lifestyle. So when I see this as a complete set for the week, this full moon in Capricorn, it is showing me to get grounded and to get clear in your body, we have to nourish ourselves. We have to eliminate the things that are causing our gut to be inflamed. We have to eliminate the processed foods. We have to eliminate the sugars, the things that are making our body do overtime, like double duty work. And then it's all about getting clear and going inward on what is my soul communicating to me? What is the wisdom that is trying to make its way through? And how can I remain flexible and adaptable to the new information? That's what this Mercury retrograde is all about, y'all. Y'all are about to get some new information and some new downloads. This Cancer season is going to be emotional. And I have a feeling that this full moon is going to crack that door open with the retrograde to review all the work and the progress that we've gone through so far, and then start appropriately allocating and delegating parts of our life that we need the help and support with, but also taking responsibility on where you can show up differently in your life. So I'm kind of curious, like, what changes are happening for you? Because when I asked the women at summer solstice, like, are you at a turning point in your life? Are things changing? Almost every single hand went up. So I'm kind of curious, like, are you at a turning point in your life, and are you being asked to remain adaptable and flexible while you navigate these changes? I can always tell you that health is the first wealth. That's why our first panel at Summer Solstice was all about our health and our wellness. And so with this card being our shine from the inside self-love message, it is saying that through these changes, you have to nourish your body, because without that health, without the vibrancy and the vitality, which is actually what we're talking about inside the Elevated Life Club next month, it's about upping your vitality. This is like the perfect message of saying, like, if you can't control change, you can control what you put in your body. So make sure you're putting the good stuff in, which is a really simple reminder of just like eating clean, drinking your water. And if you commit to that as the first step, then your intuition will become clear. You're not having to fight through the brain fog and all the excess, like, chaotic energy that caffeine and sugar and all those extra chemicals that you don't need can clog up your channel. Danielle says, I feel like there's a pivot I need to make in my online business, but I'm unclear. Okay, well, how about I pull you on, Danielle, for our Spirit Says one-on-one card pull, and I'll pull a card for you and see what comes up. So just add yourself to my Instagram, and I will bring you on here. Okay, let me pull up the chat here. Absolutely. Hello, Ashley. Chugging water right now. Okay, well then cheers to that, Ashley. I love that. Here, let me get in on this water celebration and break. All right. Sister, if you want to jump on for a one-on-one, just add yourself or anybody. I love doing a one card pull for anyone to wrap up our WooWoo Wednesday. But this week I'm seeing that it's time to just like take a step back, take mental inventory of how far you've come, of what is working, what isn't working, and start to make those adjustments and ask for the help that you need. If you're like, oh man, I've really been slacking in my yoga, maybe you sign up for some yoga classes. If you've been slacking in your nutrition, maybe you like pre-order some like trifecta meals, or you know, whatever you order from. If it is like slacking in the gym, maybe you hire a personal trainer. If it's like needing support in your spiritual growth or your business growth, maybe do a one-on-one. Like, hey, I'm opening my books up for some one-on-one coaching this summer. Chris and I will be traveling all over starting very soon. And so that is leading to the big part of what I was talking about earlier, is not being in the salon so much, to open up space for more of my one-on-one coaching and the events and the travel that we just love to do. So wherever you're at in your journey, the message this week is to ask for help, to know that you have the wisdom and the wherewithal and all the tools available within you. But sometimes to be able to move and navigate through the changes, you do need that support and you do need that accountability. Okay, I can't come live right now, or I would. Okay, totally understand. Send me a DM and I'll pull a card for you, sister. Or better yet, let's book a one-on-one. Let's dive in real deep. I love talking about all things business. Okay, sister, I think that this has been such a powerful week and reminder that you already know the answer within. Sometimes you need that sounding board or reminder that you can do it, that you don't have to do this alone. And most importantly, that when you start to prioritize your health and your well-being, the next idea, the clarity, the action steps will start to emerge, but you've got to create space for it. And by nourishing your body, whether that's like meditating and clearing out your mind so there's not so much weighing on her, or in your physical body about clearing out any of those toxins or junks that like weigh heavy on you. Okay, let's see. Yes. Okay, perfect. Yeah, send me a message, sister. Okay, any other thoughts, questions, ideas before I jump off of here? This has been so fun. I'm so glad that Chris set up all my things so that I could do this reading for you. Hopefully y'all can, I'm assuming y'all can hear me on YouTube today, because last week the mic was off and I didn't know till it was over. Okay, sisters, this has been such a potent message for this full moon in Capricorn happening on the 29th. Remember, we've got Mercury going retrograde, so no doom like freak out moments. It's just it's a opportunity. In fact, I always celebrate retrograde because it shows me what is not working, and I don't take it personally. I just say, oh, well, that's interesting. Didn't expect that to show up. But I use that adaptability and flexibility to say, okay, well, it's not working. What can we do to improve this? Or how do we find the end of this chapter or close it and release it? Always love seeing your face. Oh my gosh, Nikki, it's so good to see you. I hope to join a retreat one day, Linda. I would love that. In fact, that's why I wanted to create the Goddess Getaway, because I've had, hundreds of women apply for Goddess Retreat, and not everyone can take 7 days off to travel across the world or invest the almost $6,000 that it costs to throw these luxury Goddess retreats. So I did summer solstice. That was like my answer. I was like, well, one day we could do a one-day retreat. But then after summer solstice this year, everyone was like, we need at least 2 nights together. So I'm doing it. Goddess Getaway, 3 days, Labor Day weekend, September 3rd through 6th. Right now, we are doing early bird pricing at $19.99. It will go up to $22.22. But for now, it's happening. It's live. I just posted it. The photos are gorgeous. As soon as you get off the live, go check my Instagram and my Facebook. It's posted. Send me a message. Getaway. I'll know what you're talking about. There is no sales page. I'm not sending you anywhere. Normally, if you've done any of my events, it's like 9,000 pages of beautiful information and packets and all the things. I just made this up. This was something that's been on my heart for years. And when I finally saw this beautiful pink sanctuary, it was like hard nips. That's the place. Let's go. So I hope to see you for Goddess Getaway. That is in the works. And honestly, it's the only event on the schedule for 2026 that I have right now. Also trying to get a couples retreat at the end of the year, but I won't have details on that because clearly Spirit has me on the Goddess Getaway goose chase. So I hope to see you there. We're going to be boudoiring it up, kayaking in the lake. Granbury's so cute. There's also a freaking drive-in movie theater in this town, so we might have to do a little drive-in. We're just going to have so much fun. It is really a getaway to pamper, play, relax, but also walk away empowered. And who doesn't love a good boudoir shoot? Y'all, if y'all were following along last year, we did a boudoir getaway weekend and it was so empowering. I'll be sharing, now that we're doing this, I'll be sharing a lot of those beautiful titty photos with you. So get ready to see all kinds of fun stuff. Thank you so much for being here. It's incredible. Okay, sparkle magic all the way. Can we do the Taj Mahal or Egypt? Yeah, I mean, one day we will get there. Just trying to get my feet wet in international travel. Costa Rica was so much fun. And I also learned that gifts are my love language. So we've been trying to figure out how do we get the 75,000 things and the U-Haul of truck stuff that we take to these events, how do we get them overseas? So, you know, in Costa Rica, we just kind of lightened the load and we shipped everything early to each individual. So we've been finding ways to make it easier and easier for us to travel further and further. So, but for now, it is local. It's happening in my backyard here in Texas, which I have never done a retreat in Texas in almost 10 years. So how crazy is that? I guess besides summer solstice. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been so much fun. If you know a soul sister who would love this message and need that sparkle magic, please share, tag, comment, pass this along. And thank you so much for spreading the good vibes. I will see you guys next week for a beautiful coming off of that full moon in Capricorn. But remember, this is a time of really like checking your ambition, finding the clarity, and really nourishing your mind, your body, and your soul so that this next half of the year, we make sure that we're in alignment with where we want to go. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. You're so welcome, Ashley. Thank you so much. And I literally cannot wait to share all of the summer solstice recaps. I'm literally about to get off of here and look at all the sneak peek photos. I will be posting them ASAP, please. So thank you so much. I will see you guys very soon.